thrust and crossed, and Rijkaard put it in.
In the Bernabeu, with 90,000 people, and you have to be there to and experience it to know what it's all about, you know, a European night. And I've no doubt that we can get the 3 goals.
Yeah.
Or the 4 goals.
Right.
But what's bothering me is
exactly.
that people like Van Basten
and that's the trick,
Rijkaard,
that is the trick, isn't it?
You know? So
you do know what are you going to do about that?
That's the problem, you know. We've got...
Apart from tie his legs up, what else are you going to do?
Oh, and the goalkeeper has brought him down.
Game changed a great deal in England. I mean, it's a long ball game, and it's starting to. We're talking about now Don Howe's sort of not really a criticism, but has said we've got to look at other ways of playing if we're going to do well against European teams.
Yeah.
Everyone knows what to expect of us, 4-4-2, and now perhaps there's a time where we could play a sweeper. What's your opinions on being at home and here? What you feel is better?
I think you've got to be aware of all sorts of systems. You know, probably the European ban has been a big blow for British clubs. You know, the players don't play in Europe at all now. You know, and I think there are so many sides or European teams playing with a sweeper that the English 4-4-2 just makes it easier for them, because the system of a sweeper and 2 markers and 2 fullbacks pushed in is ideal against a 4-4-2. You know,
absolutely. Yeah.
So when England don't change their way of playing, and they always play a 4-4-2. The foreign sides, maybe they've got a lot of things in their favour, while we've got a lot of things against us, because our players are not used to playing against the sweeper for a start. So when they play the 4-4-2, it's not so much that the advantage is with the European sides because they're used to doing that, so much as that we've got the disadvantage as well because we're not accustomed to trying to break down the sweeper. So it works both ways against us. But I've had quite a bit of joy using that sort of system. And the sweeper system, I think, even when I was at Swansea, we used it quite well with the Yugoslav for 3 or 4 years, and I haven't really had any reason to change it. I'm quite happy playing that way.
And yet Liverpool have always played without a sweeper. They had on several games last year. They did play away to Millwall and got a good result from that. They would always play a flat back 4 and a 2, and I mean no one's been more successful than that. So what would you say about that?
Well, I think that a lot of people who say to me, you're from Liverpool, they say the same as you said, you know, but Liverpool don't play with a sweeper and 2 markers. And I say no, but all the habits that I've learned at Liverpool between Monday and Friday, I've always tried to put into practice, you know, at all the clubs I've been at in Portugal, in Spain, in Swansea, training-wise and everything. But I sort of stumbled across this system when I started off at 29, 30 years of age, you know, in management, and it was a system that I quite like, that is not defensive in any way at all. You know?
It's something that interests me. Every time we say a specific question, and it's naturally enough because you was there such a long time, so much respect for the club, you always come back to saying, well, we at Liverpool would have done this and we at Liverpool would have done that, which is a great compliment to the club. But there was some publicity last week about you saying, well, now I'm not really so concerned about, it was like an obsession to you to be a manager one day, not now but in the future. Now you've managed Real Madrid, do you feel that obsession is not such an obsession?
No, I think I lost the obsession a while ago. You know, I mean, really, when I left Liverpool, I think every player that leaves Liverpool, he realises how fortunate he was to be there. You know, because you learn so much there, and it forms you as a person as well as a player. And when I left to go into management at Swansea, then my aim really was perhaps one day, if I did well enough at Swansea, I may have a chance of getting a job at Liverpool. You know,
right?
That's 10 or 12 years ago now. And I think each player that leaves Liverpool and goes into management thinks the same way. What happens is there's 11 players and there's only 1 manager. So 10 have to fall by the wayside, you know, and I was one of the 10 as it happens. I thought that possibly I'd done enough at Liverpool, maybe to warrant, at Swansea, pardon, maybe to warrant an opportunity.
See how that Freudian slip comes in, Liverpool again?
Yeah, I was very close at one time, perhaps closer than people realise now, but it wasn't to be, and maybe I was a little bit young as well at the time, but it's still grateful, you know, because everything that I've gone out of football, I realise that I owe to Liverpool Football Club. I'm not, as I said earlier, I won't be surprised by anything that happens now. I've signed an agreement here for 2 years, not for 2 months. Although I know that anything could happen. I could be here 2 weeks, could be 2 months, or could be 2 years. And so, regarding the future, I'm not really sure. I suppose that eventually I would like to maybe to go back home and manage a club at home. But at the same time, I think I remember saying to you when you finished at Barcelona that I thought it was a mistake to go back to Tottenham so quickly, you know. Because if you've been 3 years at Barcelona or at Real Madrid, people don't understand at home exactly what it's all about. The press, the media and everything. And I think you need, at the end of it, a time maybe just to sit back.
Well, when I come to Barcelona, I didn't know about the players at all. I mean, at least I knew a little bit about the background of England, and I've been there before, and I've done work there for 12 years or whatever it was, and you are a little bit out of fashion, but that's what you've got staff there for, I think, to keep you up to date. And ideally, you're right, have a look at it. But that come up and I think you've got to make a decision, and the same thing might happen to you, and I think...
I'm sure
I think
maybe sooner than we think, but
well, I want to tell you about that.
See, we're top of the league by 2 points, and you're still...
No, I mean, yeah, it seems that you do actually get concerned about what people say and what they do about Gallego not going forward. At the end of the day, if you try and listen to all those, you're going to come unstuck. You know that. You've got to just say, I'm not going to listen. Because if you try to please everyone, you please no one. And if you do it your way and it goes wrong, you're going to be happy with yourself.
That's what I always say. I mean, people here, they have difficulty. You can't say that, you can't do that. And as you say, look, I say, when I finish here, then at least I want to go out knowing that, well, John, you've done it your own way. If it hasn't happened as you wanted it to, you can't go blaming this one or that one or the other. It's
That's
your
right.
fault.
That's
what
important.
you don't want to do is finish here and think, oh, I shouldn't have listened to him. You know what, I shouldn't have let him do that. No, I don't want that. As I say, when I finish, I want to be able to say, I can't blame you, thank you very much for your help, thank you very much for your help, but the problem was me.
Well, thank you very much for your help.
Thank you very much.
Nice to see you.
Okay, thanks.
John Toshack coming to terms with the Real